Now, what do you think about this perspective? Again, I always got to have a contrarian take, according to a lot of people. That a lot of people will talk about, I want to go into business to be my own boss. But I think if you were to like look at it this way, you would agree that you're not your own boss. Your customers are your boss. Your employees are your boss.
Sure, yeah.
If you have investors,
they're
your
that's,
best.
that's a good way to look at it. Yep.
And it's
Absolutely.
kind of like servant leadership.
And the people that you owe the money to,
yes,
the vendors,
yeah,
right? Owe them thousands of dollars. Well, guess what? Guess how they're going to get paid? By you selling more stuff.
Right.
And bringing in the money to pay them. Oh, then I got to pay my employees too. Oh, then I got to pay the insurance on this building. Right. All the stuff. And
taxes,
healthcare.
Yeah,
oh my
Uncle
gosh.
Sam's got to get his
all the buckets the money has to go in is just seems endless.
It really is. I mean, that's something, on a smaller scale that we're dealing with, at our size. But, a lot of, like, especially like the interns that, come in and like they're helping on the R&D. And it's like, that's one small, of course, very crucial part of our business that we're in. But I mean, they don't and not that they really need to see it or should be expected to see it. But it's like, I'm not like here getting rich off of, working off of everyone else's input here. It's like, there's taxes that we have to pay, or like even the CPA firm to, make sure that we like file our taxes correctly. And,
they're all involved,
right,
man,
And it's like, who would have thought all of this was involved in, wanting to build a drone business,
and then you have to look, like in our business, we had to look at the trends, building and remodeling and new construction and $1 million homes. Well, what are the trends? What are people doing? Well, you have to pay attention to what's going on, because if you don't, you're going to be missing the boat. You're not going to have the stuff that people want because you don't know about it.
Well, even besides like trends and like what they want, like aesthetically speaking, what were the trends like? 08,
it was their traditional heavy moldings, heavy crown moldings, detail, super detailed wood products, and now it's simple. Now everybody wants clean, straight, streamlined line, modern, whatever you want to call it, all those words.
Minimalistic,
super clean, look is what's in now.
But even like the trends from like a business perspective of like, hey, not every season is made equal. And then, some years, like what season, like the season was good this year, but then, it was a different season the next year.
You had to watch, you had to pay attention to the interest rates, the ability for people to get a loan, buy a house, or get a home equity loan to do a big remodel job. What was the interest rates? Were they favorable, not favorable, for people to borrow money? Now, and then that would help us if they were favorable, obviously, because we're involved with, we're part of the project,
Would you see like a notable slowdown like the 08? Like, could you always kind of tell that?
I didn't really see that one coming, and that one really hurt us badly, because we had a lot of money out there that was owed to us, and a lot of these builders just went under. And we just got stuck. And
holding the bag.
It was the worst. I had fired just about all the employees. I had, no business was coming in to support paying them, and that was one of the worst feelings ever, is having to get rid of people. And it's not due to not due to me or mismanaging the company. It's the market is what's going to do it.
I had a similar moment that early on, still very early on, but our first engineer that we brought on board, I actually raised some capital from a local real estate investor, and it was basically coming to a point. Our engineer that was working with us had a full-time job, like my parents' age, had kids about my age, one a little bit older, one a little bit younger. And he was already working nights and weekends with us, doing like design and engineering work, building. And he helped us get our first design for Develop Air, our first like prosumer drone product that we're working towards, designed, like the kind of foundation for that. And it was basically too much of a strain on his marriage, as I'm sure you could understand, and it was basically going to be us or, his marriage. We weren't going to win that battle. So it's like either us or his current full-time job. And it's like, well, we can't beat that or even match that.
Well, it's just, it all depends on how deep you are in your own personal debt too. We had a house and boats and had an RV and all this stuff that we owed money on. Because, hey, man, when the wave was big and great, it was great. But you know what? It came crashing down in a big way. And when you can't, pay the debt, the loan, whatever, you got to sell it.
Items got to go.
Downsize. But we hung on. So the business shifted mainly from new construction to remodeling because there wasn't any new houses being built. So we were like, well, shit, what are we going to do now? So we shifted into remodel, and that's what kind of kept us alive through the recession.
And this again jumping around, but I heard through the grapevine that you have also done more like performance artsy sort of work other than joining us on the floor.